What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several quite interesting news. I have to admit that it is a war. It is a real war that is happening right now. And on today's video, I will show you three major battles that are on the table and that might be extremely important for the entire MMTLP community. And without further ado, just click the like button, drop me a line in the comment section, and let's start with first news. First of all, I want to show you some tweets from Daniel, from your favorite SGM, person who just filed another lawsuit, and he wrote this just yesterday. He wrote this tweet, and he quoted this song. It goes in one ear and right out the other. People talking shit, but I know I shouldn't bother. And Bob Next Bridge responded him, is this going dark? Also, when were you West Point SGM and was this a reservist position? And Daniel responded, first of all, context matters. And the question was, is this going dark? And what does it mean? It means that Daniel, for now, is in quiet mode because he filed his lawsuit and he doesn't want to be active on social medias, and I completely understand his point of view, and this is how he explains it. First of all, context matters. Going dark means I'm not talking about the suit once it's filed online or anywhere else but a court. So yeah, that. Also, I was RA, switched to NG and then RC, and now I'm back in the RA. I'm still in the RA, but I retire fairly soon. He also added, I said publicly I would do something. So the bookend was that I did something. I'm now done with that. I don't owe anyone any explanation. Surely I should be able to play some music on my X account without raising eyebrows. Why so much interest in my career suddenly? And I have to say that Daniel is a quite unique person in our community because he has a so-called superpower to tell statute of limitations, and despite the fact that he filed his lawsuit before the potential deadline of December the 9th of 2024, that will basically automatically cancel all the lawsuits that might be filed after this date, but despite this fact he filed it before this deadline. And I have to admit that we are waiting for the first results of this lawsuit. And guys, I have to admit that for now we have plenty of lawsuits that were filed within just last week, and it is a real bombshell. So, first of all, let's switch again to another fight that is happening right now, and I don't want to dig deeper inside this, just let me explain you some details. We have basically two parts of the community. One part is the people who want to sue the wrongdoers, and for now the focus switched from the authorities side to the Next Bridge Hydrocarbons and C-level executives of this company and former C-level executives like John Burda, George Polycoros, and Greg McCabe. And some people don't like this action, and they still think that the most prominent path to the resolution is the way through Congress and through writing letters and asking people who is in charge to help us. And definitely everyone is free to do anything that he or she wants, and I have to admit that this rule works in both directions. That is why, guys, the people who want to sue anyone in order to have a relief in this situation, definitely they also free to do it. And Scott and Daniel and Mark Basile and Anna Trades are on this side of this camp, but on the other side there was a busy brands, Joanna E. R. Intel, due diligence and some other folks who think that this path will not lead us anywhere. And because of this, we have a lot of not so pleasant attacks from one side to another. And I have to admit that this path will not lead us anywhere. Guys, please stop doing this and focus your efforts on the main problem of MMTLP issue. So, let me show you that, wait a second, this is the Don Fiz's account that he deleted because of his recent actions. And let me show you this tweet. Just yesterday I showed you that George Palikaros published the tweet about the fail to delivers that basically was extremely high in the period of from September the 1st of 2021 to September 14th 2021. And as you can see, it was much higher than even the fail to delivers of Tesla, and it is 68 times higher than failure to delivers of 3M. And let me show you the response. First of all, I want to pay attention to Gang of Puka's tweet, and he wrote, "The real FTDs Palikaros should have been concerned about is his failure to deliver any earnings." Funny how those two things correlate so well. The CEOs who scream loudest about FTDs are abject failures at their job. And Doug Sifu, the head of Virtu Financials, wrote this. Exactly. I run a public markets company, and in almost 10 years we've been public, I've never once looked at our FTDs. And I know our share count daily to the last share. This is a complete con art. And George Palikaros responded this. Gangu Pukas, I originally and for the longest time didn't believe in the FTD and T plus whatever stuff. I challenge you to find any posts I made during my time as CEO where I mentioned FTDs. But even when real catalysts were being announced, our stock was negatively affected. On periods of zero news, our MMAT stock would run with massive volumes, sometimes 3 or 4x the float. If you haven't done any research on our specifics, I suggest you try Orogrande STFU. Mainly due to this depressed stock situation, along with other factors, we lost an LBO opportunity I worked on since November 2021 that would have added more than $400 million of top-line revenue from 2023 onwards. Hey Dougie, with all due respect, I do not recommend you or anyone at Virtu's team ever speaks about MMAT, and I sincerely suggest you to do your effing research before you open your big mouth. Your team at Virtu was pitching us on your ATM product in 2022 and soliciting us in 2023. Do you give me permission as CEO to publicly share your ECM materials and related emails showing how you were boasting that Virtu was by far the #1 trader for MMAT? Here is a taste of data at the image below. I will wait for the answer. And he added this image with the amount of share traded of MMAT for 2022. And Virtu Financials is the main broker-dealer with the total percentage of more than 31%. So 1/3 of the entire trading volume was made by Virtu Financials. And let me quote you further. In the meantime, back in 2021, retail brokers sent Virtu approximately 30% of all US daily retail order flow based on SEC Rule 605 data. How much of that flow did you gain in 2022, 2023 and expect in 2024? I will wait for the answer. My opinion is that Virtu under your leadership is becoming a monopoly by undercutting everyone else because you are selling trading data intelligence to institutions while pretending that this helps the issuers. While that is great for your business, in my opinion, Virtu is potentially breaking antitrust laws at minimum. DOJ and the new SEC leadership should take a very close look at your operations dating back at least 10 years. Your posts suggest you are part of the problem on FTDs. If you truly believe that there is nothing to worry about, ask your team to publish a white paper on letterhead using Virtu's tremendous insight and analytics around single stock and overall market trading. Given your tremendous insights, you can once and for all end the debate, and you could show everyone in inner workings of the market in transparent manner that will be of great service to 165 million US retail investors your broker-dealer customers currently serve. I wonder if someone looked more closely at the data, would they find any correlation related to the percent of retail brokerage daily order flow versus your annual growth in percent market share for all US retail volume that goes through your so-called intelligent platform versus the rate of FTDs across the market? And I have to say that this information is very interesting and it also should be investigated. But guys, I have just one question. Why it takes so long for John Burda to disclose this information and to find it out? Probably he just started to be extremely active within the last couple of months, because he was extremely quiet for several months in a row right after the SEC sue him. But just several weeks ago, I guess, he became again extremely active and he published several quite interesting investigations about the number of shares, the counterfeit shares in general, the FTDs, and for now interesting information about V2 volume related to MMAT trades. So definitely it is worth your attention, but for now I want to pay attention to the main problem. First of all, let me show you that we have a decision in the lawsuit of John Burda and George Palikars. Roman Soups wrote this: new order on SEC versus John Burda and George Palikars, motion to dismiss due January 17th of 2025. Opposition February 28th of 2025. Defendant replies March 21st of 2025. And guys, I have to say that it is just a new schedule. Let me show you this document. Order on joint motion for briefing schedule for defendant's motion to dismiss and for leave to exceed page limits. Plaintiff Securities and Exchange Commission and defendants John Burda and George Palikars joint motion for briefing schedule for defendants' motion to dismiss and for leave to exceed page limits is granted. And guys, so this is nothing else but just a new deadlines for this lawsuit, and in my opinion it is not so important, but it is the part of the main update for today's video. Just yesterday I showed you this lawsuit that was filed by Brad Davis against NextBridge Hydrocarbons, John Burda, George Gregory McCabe, Charles Schwab, FINRA, and Merrick Garland. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Ocelot published just recently a set of tweets with the multiple of new lawsuits, and let me quote you this in details. Number one, got some new MMTLP and BH lawsuits showing up on Pacer. Won't be posting the entire compliance because they are long, but we'll be creating a thread with cover sheet and court listener link in this thread throughout the day and week as they pop up. Here is the first lawsuit that I just showed you. Brad Davis against all the defendants, including John Burda, George Palikars, not George Palikars, but Gregory McCabe and other authorities. And it was filed on December the 6th. Next one, second amendment complaint in Trott versus Rubinstein available. AG Merrick Garland has been added as a defendant. Caption as well as court listener link below. And I also covered this update in my yesterday's video. And here is quite new filings. Number 3, another MMTLP and BH lawsuit, Oxler versus SEC et al. And I have to say that this was the main, in my opinion, lawsuit that was filed by Daniel. And I covered it in this set of my previous videos. I had an exclusive right to see, to have basically this document up front before it was even filed. And for now we have this document on Pacer system. Let me show you the next one. Number 4, Albert versus SEC et al. Again, more constitutional claims challenging FINRA as well as securities fraud claims against McCabe and the company as well as brokers. Free court listener link. Here is the link to this lawsuit. And you can see that the plaintiff is Tracy Albert and the defendants are Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, FINRA, Robert Cook, Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, Charles Schwab, Equinity, NextBridge Hydrocarbons, Greg McCabe, John Burda, and GTS Securities, including Ari Rubinstein. So again, number of defendants in this lawsuit. Number 5, another lawsuit. At this time, the plaintiff is Daniel D. Spears, and the defendants are pretty much the same people and companies. Securities and Exchange Commission, FINRA, DTCC, Charles Schwab, AST, NextBridge Hydrocarbons, Greg McCabe, John Burda, and GTS Securities and R. Rubinstein. Next one, number 6, last one for now. Pease versus SEC et al. Filed in the Western District of Texas. Same defendants and claims as the last two. Court listener link is here. And I have to admit that all of these lawsuits are quite similar one to another, but they filed in different districts. And let me show you another one, number 7, another MMTLP lawsuit. Veterana versus SEC et al. Same defendants and claims as previous ones. Court listener link is here. So guys, I have to say that this is a real war on on the multiple battlefields, and I have to admit that some of these battlefields will lead us nowhere, and I mean definitely the fight inside the MMTLP community. On the one side, there is a people who file lawsuits, and on the other side, it is the people who don't want to sue NextBridge Hydrocarbons and Greg McCabe and John Burda. At the same time, guys, I have to admit that the second camp is quite unique because they don't want to see these lawsuits. At the same time, I cannot find any information what actions do they do in order to push our case forward to the resolution. Definitely, I assume that they are in a silence mode, they are extremely quiet in their actions, but guys, please, we are more than 2 years in this situation and we have to know the most recent update from your side. That is why, guys, please be polite, please be professional and do whatever you want except the things that will harm the MMTLP community.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you.